what do you really want? Like, at the end of the day, what are you looking for here? And the reason why this is so important for you as a woman to understand and embrace is because so many women get caught up in compromising their true desire in an attempt to make this work, in an attempt to not lose this man, in an attempt to still gain the benefits that maybe she wants to gain as far as companionship is concerned, all right? And so essentially, the woman lies to herself and lies to the man. She might say, okay, yeah, I'm cool with going with the flow. No, the hell you're not. Oh, I'm cool if we're casual right now. No, you're not. Oh, I'm not really looking for a relationship. No, the hell you're not. Be real. Now, in fairness, if you can genuinely say you don't want a relationship either, that you simply want to spend time with this man, enjoy him for what it is, and that's it. As a grown woman, that is your decision. And if you are at peace with that, so be it. I'm not here to tell you that you can't live your life in that way. Do I think it can lead to a lot of trouble? Yeah, you have to be very careful. You have to be very mindful of who you allow yourself to engage with. And I feel the need to say this. The reason why it's extremely important to be mindful of who you allow yourself to be casual with is because in the vast majority of situations, if not almost all of them, but no, I'll say the vast majority, not all, women tend to be casual with men of lower quality. Let me say that one more time. Women tend to be casual with men of lower quality. And I don't say that to insult the men. I say that to shed light on the fact that many times the woman will allow herself to be casual with a man who could be toxic, could be problematic in certain ways, or again, he's just flat out lower quality, so you're not really into him like that. And that's the key to this. Because for many women, most women I would argue, it is too difficult to be casual with a man that you're really into and see yourself with. And so that guy, you can't bring yourself to do it because your emotions get easily caught up. You're going to want more. It's going to hurt too much to just remain in this casual position if you're truly deeply into him and again, could see yourself with him. But if he's a guy who quote unquote is good enough for entertaining, but you don't really feel him in that way, then you feel like it's a safer and easier place to do this whole casual thing, all right? And it's a problem because, again, you will now ignore the fact that his lack of quality can be in areas that wreak havoc in your life. His lack of quality and overall, the fact that he's not the type of guy that you should be dealing with can now cause you, before you know it, find yourself in a situation where you actually are caught up because you develop this unhealthy attachment to this man. And now you're holding on to a man longer than you planned on and expected to because you don't know how to get yourself out of this situation because you thought you could handle it, but you couldn't. Which goes back to being honest with yourself about what do you truly want? And yes, what can you actually handle? So when this man tells you, I only want friendship, can you handle that? Do you actually want that? When he tells you, I only want to have sex in the meantime, can you actually be okay with that? You should not set yourself up for what you genuinely know is not what you desire or can handle. And again, I keep saying can handle because you have to be real about how these things affect you emotionally and how that will pour over into other aspects of your life. So again, evaluate all these things when this man says he is not ready for a relationship. And never be afraid to let go of a man who's not on the same page as you. If you know you want more, if you know you want a relationship, then sometimes you have to just, most of the time you have to accept that his not being ready or his not wanting one more so says he does not want it with you. Now listen, I don't say that for you to feel hurt by it, to take offense to it. I say it for you to understand that that means he's not for you, But that also means you're not for him. That means this is not a good fit. That means we need to take that as an opportunity to exit stage left and get on the path to receiving what's truly best for you and what you actually want in life. Because here's the other thing to consider. There's a lot of things hitting me as I'm doing this video right now that I wasn't even planning on talking about. The other thing you have to be mindful of is when you allow yourself to get caught up in these situations with men who don't want a relationship and hold on to it. And again, this is where you as a woman have to be real with yourself. Can you operate within this dynamic without losing yourself, getting caught up, getting emotionally attached, things of that nature? Because what you are essentially doing in most cases is taking yourself off the shelf. What I mean by that is you are making yourself unavailable to what is better out there. All right. You're now off the market. In your head, you might say, but nah, I'm accepting it as casual. I know what this is. I'm still looking for that better thing elsewhere. But be real with yourself as a woman. I'm not saying no woman hasn't successfully managed to pull that off. What I am saying is I've seen more women get caught up when they thought they could handle it. I've seen more women find themselves becoming emotionally consumed by their situationship to where they are not in a place mentally or emotionally to actually embrace the right guy coming along. I've seen women get so drained and damaged by these BS situations, BS relationships sometimes, that when the right guy comes, you don't have anything left to give him at that moment. You're just drained. You're just tired of it all. So you've got to be mindful of how this will impact you. And even if you want to give it a try, because we're human. And sometimes, yeah, we might be like, you know what? Maybe I could work with this. I'm going to be good. Even if you think you can pull it off, not saying you should try to or not, but if you think you can pull it off, be aware enough to the moment you start to realize this is getting the best of you and this is unhealthy, get the hell out of there. That's it, at the very least. But again, understand this. This is another thing I've seen with a lot of women. The more you invest in a situation, the harder it can become to let go. So you've got to really be mindful and maybe even put in some security measures like, have some accountability partner or partners and be like, listen, when it gets to this point and I say I need to get out, do everything necessary, erase his number from my phone, whatever provisions you have to put in place to ensure you are able to safely get out when it's time to get out. Again, I'm not saying you should have ever been in there. I'm just saying I know that things are going to happen sometimes. So I want you to be equipped from every angle that you may try to handle this with. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. There's one thing I've heard so many women repeat over and over again, and that is men don't know what the hell they want. Men are confusing, they're frustrating, and it just becomes a huge annoyance